In this video, let's talk about you have 500,000 pesos. What's a better alternative? Buy a house, low-cost housing, have it rented out, or should you start your own business? Here we are again. Business versus real estate. Business versus property. What's a better investment? Do you want to know more? Then check this video out. Hi everyone, this is Marvin German. I'm a stock market trader, investor, and I make daily videos with one goal, one heart. I just want to teach people the proper rudiments of investing. I want to use YouTube as an avenue for Filipinos, investors, to be able to learn. Let's use YouTube as a form of platform. It's not just for entertainment. I want it to be a way for people to be able to trade, to be able to invest, so that they get to reach their goals of financial freedom. So if you're new to this channel, super appreciate it if you could subscribe and smash the bell so you get updated every time I come up with new content about investing, about the stock market. So what are you waiting for? Watch the video and stay till the end. Hey guys, so in this video, I want to answer questions that you guys sent out via the comment section. So what people don't know is I read as much of the comments as I can. I don't get to read everything because of the sheer volume that you guys send, but I try as much as possible to read what I can. So if hindi ako nakaka-reply, apologies, because there's been a lot of questions, a lot of comments lately, but I try my best. Sometimes I heart it if I can't really reply to it already because there's a lot that I need to get through. But just so I get to answer some of the interesting ones, I'm creating videos off of it as well. So here's a question. It's a very interesting question, and this was from the video that I created where we talked about business versus buying a house. What would be better? Now this is from Pamela Tolentino. I'll try to put the graphic here, but she say, I have 500,000 pesos in savings. I'm planning to start a business, but it's been a year now that I haven't started yet, and I have no idea what a profitable business should I start. Now, my question is, should I use my money to acquire a house and lot under low-cost housing PAG IBIG fund as a form of income investment through rental, or should I pursue a business? So that's an amazing question. I want to break this down more and more. By the way, if you're new to this channel, I answer questions that most of you guys send out, and I create videos off of it. So if you have any questions, or even from this video that I'm creating now, if you have questions, just put them on the comment section. And if it's interesting and I think it will benefit a lot of people also, I'll make a video off of it as well. So there. And if you're new, please subscribe and hit the bell. Super appreciate it that we want to have a financial channel, investment channel, talking about Filipino investments to reach a broad majority of Filipinos. Now, she mentioned that she has 500,000 pesos in savings. So, what's the most important thing? Please remember, it's hard to give generalizations when you're talking about investing because context is everything. So, I'll try to answer the 500,000 peso savings into two forms. Number one, if that's her only savings and she does not have any other savings, Pamela, if this is your only savings and wala ka na ibang ipon, my suggestion is I'll take a chunk first. I will have to set aside money for my emergency fund. And it's dependent pa if you have a job, you have a stable source of income. So I will just assume you have a stable source of income. If you have a stable source of income, the next thing that I will do is I will remove what my monthly expenses. For example, just for example purposes and computation purposes, you spend around 50,000 pesos a month. If you spend around 50,000 pesos a month, if you want to be conservative, or a bit in the middle, you would want to have at least 300,000 worth or 6 months worth of that if you are employed. And if you think your job is very secure, that should be fine already. But if you are conservative, ultra conservative, and you think your job is not so secure, you're a freelance professional, or you're an OFW that if a recession will happen, you guys easily get you can easily get terminated, then I would suggest to put 1 year's worth of that. So that would mean that you spend 50,000 a month, your savings is 500,000, kulang pa. I would highly suggest to build your savings first. I would highly suggest that you stockpile and build that amount of savings first before you go into any form of investing, before you go into any form of business. Because at the end of the day, your ability to do well in business, your ability to withstand your investment or your business not doing well is you have good cash flow. That's why I asked first if money was coming in from your job or whatever, and you have a solid base of cash that will protect you and that will hedge you. So please remember this: cash is always king. Cash will always give you the ability to make more, and it will position you should times go bad. And I'm saying this not because KJ naman ni Marvin, hindi ayaw niya pag-usapan yung business. He doesn't want me to invest my money. No. You should invest. You should start businesses, but you should also protect yourself. No one will protect your capital more than you. Now let's continue. I'm planning to start a business, but it's been a year now and I haven't started yet, and I have no idea what profitable business should I start. So just that alone, that's very, very good. It's good that you waited. That if you did not find anything profitable for you, or you could not find a business that you are interested in, then it's good that you really did not start and putting money into anything. Never, ever, ever, ever put your money into any business that you do not know, that you do not understand. Do not feel pressured every time someone pressures you to go into this business. It may not be something that's for you. You want to come in full conviction, knowing what you're getting into. You want to come in full conviction that what you have to understand is, if you put money in a business, you have to always think that it could go to zero. So if that's not your mentality yet, you did a good job that you did not enter a business. So my suggestion there to comment on your business question is basically this. Number one, you have to research more. You have to study more. I have a business playlist here in the channel where we interview a lot of entrepreneurs and their success stories and some business ideas. You could go through that as well, or just search in Google. There's so many business ideas out there, or you could go to business expos. And I share this in some of the videos. What I did when I was starting out, I think I would go to a lot of business expos, business conferences, the franchise conferences and expos. I would do that 2006, 2007, 2008 when I was younger, early 20s, and I would go to those expos. And what I liked about franchise expos, I would go to the smaller franchises where I know the owner is there, because when the owner is there, I have my list of questions ready, and I'll ask as much questions from them as possible so that I get to learn as well. So that's the advantage of going to expos and conferences. You get exposed to this hodgepodge of business ideas, entrepreneurs out there, then you get to ask your questions. So that's my suggestion first. If you really want to pursue business, you study. You really want to pursue business, you have to spend the time to actually learn what it is. Never feel pressured. Never think na may pera na ako, doon ako mag-invest. The biggest misconception of Filipinos is they think may pera na ako, doon ako mag-invest. That's wrong. May pera ka, walang skill, walang experience, walang idea sa papasukin, then you will lose a lot of money. And I'm saying this because I saw this happen to my family. My dad started a napkin business. My dad started a gasoline station without knowing what he was getting into, without studying the systems, without studying the ins and outs. Because having a great idea is one thing, but having a great idea that will be profitable, that will have a market, that you can build systems around, is a totally different story. Now, once you have your idea, here's what's interesting about business. You don't actually have to use the whole 500,000. You always start small. That's what I keep telling people. You have to find a business that you can start small, that even if you lose the money, it's not all in. Hindi siya taya lahat. So let me answer this. If you already have your emergency fund, that 500,000 can be a seed money for your business. But it has to be something that you know. It has to be something that you understand. It has to be something that before you use the entire 500,000, you start small first. Don't put everything there. A lot of us always want to go big quickly. We want this big franchise. We want this big business, knowing that you don't go from 0 to 10. You go from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A lot of people will say, you have to make the jump, you have to make the leap. No. Why make the leap if you can make steady steps toward profitability? Why make the leap if you could cover your bases, if you could study the ins and outs, if you could start small first, so that when you start small, it fails, you can pivot, change it again. Meaning, for example, you want to sell cupcakes. I don't know if why do I give cupcakes as an example? I don't even eat cupcakes. I don't eat sugar. But start small. Instead of putting a stall at the mall, sell it via Instagram. Then if no one buys it, then you don't have any exposure. Or if you just have a few orders, that means your cost is just the ones that you would have to bake. And here's the thing, if no one orders again from you, that means your product is not as good, and you can innovate, you can tweak, you can change your recipe to make it fit your target market. So that's what I'm saying. Now, here's the thing, to the real estate part of the question. Now my question is, should I use the money to acquire a house and lot under low-cost housing PAG IBIG fund as a form of income investment through rental, or should I pursue a business? So answering your business question, you don't need the entire 500,000, assuming you already have your emergency fund, assuming you already have a stable job. You just have to start small, but you have to know what you're getting into. In real estate, if you go rental, it's the same thing. If you go rental, you're treating it also it's some sort of a business already. It's some sort of an entrepreneurial venture already. So you don't go into real estate not knowing what you're getting into. It's not an excuse that wala ako alam na business, magre-real estate na lang ako. No. In any investment, you have to know what you're getting into. You need to know the ins and outs. So you need to study it as well. So the only time you go into real estate is you've studied it already. Some questions that you could ask yourself is this: if I take out a PAG IBIG loan, I build this house, how much will I be able to rent it? Because you have to factor in, this is the amount of money that you've put in, this is the amount of interest that you will pay total, this is the monthly rent. So let me give an example. If you are paying, you will pay, for example, a total of, let's example lang, 2 million pesos, say, a month. Example lang, a year, for the total property, you said low cost housing. So 2 million pesos. So 2 million pesos, I just want to assume that you will be able to rent it out for, say, 4,000 pesos. I'm just giving you numbers. 4,000 times 12 is around 48,000 pesos a year. So think about it. Your capital is 2 million pesos. 2 million, you're renting it out for 4,000. It might be too extreme, but let's just do it. So I'll put my calculator with me na lang para sa, so I don't just speculate on the numbers. So 4,000 pesos per month, I don't know how big that house is, times 12, it will give you 48,000. Since your capital is 2 million pesos, 2 million pesos loan plus whatever you've placed in, 2 million, so it will be 48,000 divided by 2 million times 100. That's giving you a 2.4% return. So meaning, is there an area, if I buy this property, I take out a loan, there's a risk also that what if walang mag-rent? And you have to remember, your cost becomes bigger also if you have to furnish it to other things to fix the house as well. But anyways, you're getting 48,000 a year, 2 million pesos a month, 2 million pesos total cost, you get 2.4% per annum. If you get MP2, your 500,000 will earn more than 2.4% for sure. If you did the retail treasury bond deal, your 500,000 would earn more than 2.4%. And here's the thing, wala ka pang cost, wala ka pang utang. You don't have the risk that you have to pay this, you have to pay the bank, and there's a risk that pwedeng mawala pa yung bahay mo if you can't be able to pay for it. So you also have to consider that, is my monthly salary enough also to pay for the amortization as well if I don't get someone to rent for it? Kasi the biggest problem of people, they always assume that when it's done, people will rent it. By the third month, I will already have rental income. What if wala? Diba? But if meron, is 2.4% enough? And I've already made a lot of videos about retail treasury bonds, that retail treasury bonds will crush this 2.4% return. MP2 will crush this 2.4% return. Preferred shares will crush this 2.4 return. Common stocks with dividends bought properly with the right dividend yield will crush this 2.4% return. But here's the thing, what if it's 2 million, but I'm just throwing out numbers here. What if you get to rent it out for 15,000 a month? So 15,000 multiplied by 12. So 12,000 is 180,000 pesos a month. So divided by 2 million, so 180,000 divided by 2 million, I just wanted to show you what could you possibly get in yield. So if you did that times 100, then you're getting a 9% return. If you're getting a 9% return versus, and then you have a property and you know you can pay out the amortization per month, then probably this is a better deal because you can't get 9% in a lot of the fixed income securities that you have, plus you develop and get an asset that will appreciate for you in value over the long term. So it will always go back, just to summarize this video, it will always go back to the numbers. You have to know the numbers. It's all about math. Math is an exact science. It does not change. I could have my opinions about what's a good return, what's a bad return, but it doesn't change the fact that the numbers are the numbers. So you need to know what numbers make sense for you. You need to know what numbers will fit you as well, because at the end of the day, that's what matters. Do you have the budget to pay for the amortization? Do you have the money to be able to pay for all of the down payments as well? Is the yield, is the rate of return something that's acceptable to you, or is the rate of return something that will beat other investments out there as well? So I guess that's it. I hope this gave you a glimpse of how I analyze things. I always compare it from the numbers. I don't just do it emotionally. I always get into something where I know what I'm getting into. I have a certain skill set for it. I just don't go in blindly just for the sake of having an investment. And that could be a learning lesson for all of you guys as well, those who are watching this. Don't ever feel pressured that because there's so many videos I put out about investing that you have to start investing, you have to do your investments as early as you can. Don't do it. Don't come in just because I say it. You have to know what you're getting into. And I'm going to introduce this new portion. I want to hear your reflections from this. What's the best thing that you've learned from this? Please comment them below, as it will also help me make videos based on your comments as well. And I guess that's it for now. If you're new to this channel, super appreciate it if you could subscribe and hit the bell so you get updated every time videos like this come out. And I have seminars all around the world. I have online seminars also all around the world, and I have books. All of them are in the description below. And I hope you guys got a lot from this. And this is Marvin Guillermo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.